Welcome to another edition of Iowa Momentum Weekly. I'm Katie Buckles with this week's recap of news and events from this past weekend. The 41st annual RAGBRAI came to a conclusion this weekend as thousands of cyclists coasted into Fort Madison for the ceremonial dip of their tires in the Mississippi River. The cyclists, this year's 7-day journey, were joined by people on skateboards, rollerblades, unicycles, big wheels, and even their feet. Richard Kresser, a native of Raymond, Iowa, and Pete Kostelnick, a native of Boone, ran the 423 miles across the state, dipping their tired toes in the waters of the Mississippi River alongside the many cyclists who spent the week encouraging the runners along the way. Some of the many highlights from the week included Lance Armstrong joining the ride, making his first public appearance since admitting the use of performance-enhancing drugs during his Tour de France years. Unsure about how he would be received, it appeared that Iowans can find room to forgive. One family in Guthrie Center placed large signs in their yard asking for a photo op with Armstrong. Much to their delight, he obliged before riding on toward Perry. Pella was a favorite stop for many. The unique Danish flavored food and entertainment, as well as the traditional Dutch architecture, welcomed a change from what can seem a real similarity between towns for riders passing through. In West Point, with only 11 miles to go, riders made the climb to the top of Mount RAGBRAI, a metaphorical summit of the effort needed to cross the state on a bicycle. In Fort Madison, the tired cyclists enjoyed a tour of Old Fort Madison, built to protect the settlers of the newly acquired Louisiana Purchase. Among those enjoying a quiet spot overlooking the river and the chaos of the dip site was a banjo-playing RAGBRAIer, Jim Zudnick, who has carried his banjo along the ride since 2008, entertaining riders as they wait in the line at the kibos or refuel with a pork chop, watermelon, or pizza cooked in a wood fire oven made out of an old fire truck. In other news, later this week, the Above and Beyond Cancer $1 Million Marathon will conclude its coast-to-coast marathon relay as runners complete the final leg to the shores of the Atlantic Ocean in Delaware. In Davenport, the 39th Big 7 was contested by an all-star field. Leonard Corrier won the prestigious event in 32:14, just 4 seconds ahead of Salas Kipruto. Meb Kapliski, the 2004 Olympic silver medalist, was third, another 20 seconds back. On the women's side, Iowa State University alum Betty Sena finished 6th, less than a minute behind Sul Otora of Ethiopia. The winning time was 36:34. Davenport's Dusty Davila gave the hometown fans a treat, finishing 10th, and former Iowa High School preps Ashley Miller and Hannah Roeder came in 14th and 15th place. Coming up this weekend, the State Criterium Championships will be decided at the East Village Criterium in Des Moines on Saturday. Riders from around the state and region will be vying for the $5,400 prize purse. Racing begins at noon at the base of the state capitol and concludes with the elite women's race at 4:45 p.m. and the elite men's race at 6 in the evening. Look for the August issue of Iowa Momentum featuring the Ironman Triathlon on specialty store racks this Wednesday. Thank you for joining us for another edition of Iowa Momentum Weekly. I'm Katie Buckles, and I hope you have a great day.